My name is Raghav, and this is my second month project for PyGame. Uh, in this game, I made a game called Shark Escape or Dodge the Shark, where you run away from a shark, and if you get eaten, you lose a life, but you get a point if you don't get eaten. So this is the game. The user is a fish, and they can press W or A to not get eaten by the shark, and the shark speed increases every time that it hits the end. I'll just lose a life, and if you hit 0 lives, then you lose, and it says press any key to restart.
Okay, press key. Let's see.
So if I pressed F, it would restart.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Yes. That was my game,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'll walk you through the code.
Okay.
So first we import PyGame and initialize PyGame.
Raghav, can you minimize the output screen? This console?
Uh,
Yeah, the below one where you
well,
get print
yeah,
statement. Yeah. Mm. Thank you.
yes. So I made the width and height of the screen 800 by 400, and then I set the display surface and make it 800 by 400, and then I set the caption as Shark Escape. Uh, these are just my colors. This is my speed. This is the shark speed, and this is my top line height, which I keep so that the fish doesn't go past a certain point. Your score starts at 0, and your lives start at 3, and then I made two other variables to make it more flexible. And my incremental value is by zero point 0.5, so
So that's
every
incremental
time,
speed, value is speed.
yes, the incremental speed is zero point 0.5, so
Mm-hmm.
every time you get one score, it increases by zero point 0.5. Uh, the the game font I used was Calibri, and then I made the text for the score, which I first render. These are the parameters. It's the score variable, and the color, and then I get the rect, and then I position it at 100, 300. I do the same thing for text lives, except I keep it on the other side, and then the text title is in the middle of the screen. And the restart it comes only after you die, but it's also in the middle of the screen. So I then got my characters, which is my fish and my shark. Uh, I first loaded the image, got the rect of it, and I gave it an X and a Y, so I kept it at half X of the screen and uh, less than 100 of the height. And my shark, I loaded my shark, got the rect, and then positioned it outside of the screen at plus 100 and uh, negative 50. So this is my game loop. The FPS is 60 because it doesn't need to be that fast, and the clock is the clock is for what is the clock for?
You control the speed of the game using that. How
It
fast the
controls the speed
it's a
of the
clock
game.
for the game, which will tell how fast your game should run. It's like it makes your game independent of your system or computer speed.
Yes. So then this is the game loop while running for event in pygame.event. So we get the event. If event equals quit, then the game stops running. So when you hit the X, the game stops running. And then we brought the key press command, or the key press event, and then we use the key press use the key press event to move the fish. So if the key is pressed and the top of the fish is greater than or equal to line height, which is the variable I introduced earlier, uh, the fish loses all its speed,
So
so it
basically,
can't
you're
move
trying
any.
to say fish should be below the line. If it goes above, then
Yes,
okay.
user can't move it anymore.
Mhm.
And then if the bottom of the fish is less than or equal to the height, then the fish also loses its speed. So
Sorry.
it, you can't move past the bottom of the screen.
Okay. So basically, you are allowing it to move. It's a positive check. So if it is below the bottom, I mean, if it is standing above
If
the
it's
bottom of the
standing
screen, then
above the
it,
bottom,
it gets to
it
move.
can move.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So then if the lives equal zero, the game pauses, and then I blit the restart text, which asks you, which tells you, press any key to restart. So, and while in pause, we get the event back. So if the event is quit, then it stops pause and it also stops running. But if the event is key down, if you press any key, pause equals false, but running is still true. And your lives and score get reset, and it re-renders the text score and the text lives. Then if the fish collides, so I use fishRect.collideRect shark. It makes a sound. So this is basically saying if they collide together, you lose one life, and the shark repositions itself outside of the screen at a random height, and the text lives gets updated to your current life, and it's the same thing here. If the right of the shark goes all the way to the end of the screen, the shark gets repositioned at the middle of the screen. Your score increases by one, and the text score gets re-rendered, and the shark speed increases by the incremental value. Then I go back to the display surface and I just make the background blue. Uh, I draw a line which blends in with the background.
Why do
It's
you
just
make
there.
screen blue? What does that do?
I made the screen blue because it looks like the water that the fish is in.
Okay.
And then I put my fish onto the screen at the positions I gave earlier. I put my shark on the screen and I put all my text on the screen. And then I make the X value of the shark, or I make it move forward so that it keeps going. So
Mm, you mean this code is here or it was there somewhere up?
no, it's here.
Yeah, can you, if it is possible, just move this up. So this only splitting code, let it be there at the end. This game logic, let it be there. Yeah, somewhere there. Yeah, anyway, that's fine. Okay,
Yes.
continue.
And then the screen updates.
You can
So all
remove
this
from
info.
this line number 122, since you already moved, you can comment it. Okay, just trying to group a similar kind of code together. Okay, that's it.
And then the clock tick. It's like how fast it goes. It goes at six. Our FPS was set at 60, so it ticks at 60 frames per second, and it updates.
Okay. Yeah. Nice game, Raghav. We had a game which was kind of opposite of it, where you catch the stuff, but here I think you're dodging from a dangerous, character. So it was nice. Good job. Maybe instead of just filling the blue color, you can get a image, download an image, or you make your own image which resembles C, or you can get ready-made image, right? you put that
Yeah.
as a background screen instead of fill color. It's just a instead of fill, you just have to blit the background image. That's it. Maybe that gives much more graphical effect in your game. But yeah,
Yes.
it's a good game. Nice.